Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be checking out this G3 Plus smartwatch from Number One. Yep, the company name is Number One. Let's get started. Now let's take a look at the packaging. The packaging is very simple all around. It's just a regular box, nothing special on the outside, and that's where the smartwatch sits. And inside the box you get a little tiny manual that is in English as well as in Chinese, as well as this magnetic charger. So let's take a quick look around it here. First of all, you have this nice metal dial. It is aluminum, and you can use this to browse the menus or change your watch faces, which I'll show you in just a bit. On the side here, you have two buttons. Here we have the back button, as well as the exit button once you are on the last menu of the whole watch. And here is the button that you can use to enter, as well as to turn on the watch, just like so. Now, moving on to the display here, the display is 1.35 inches or so. I'll leave the specs right over here, and it is IPS, and it is decently bright. The other body over here is aluminum as well, which is nice. And over here you have the microphone port. Now opening it, it is a standard belt type, and everything here is a nice rubberized texture. The whole thing is rubber, and no, it is not detachable. Moving on over here, we can see that there are two screw holes as well as a screw hole over here, and that's if you open that, you will lose the warranty probably. And over here we have the speaker. Now the speaker is protruded inwards a bit, just like that. So you're not going to be exactly touching it with your wrist, but it would be nice if it was on the side in like other watches. Now here we have a bunch of lettering here that says health rate, steps, Bluetooth dial, smartwatch, health mate, and data sync. That covers the bottom of this watch and houses the heart rate monitor as well as the charging port right over here. Now the charging port here is not double-sided, it only goes in one way, and you cannot put it in the wrong way because the magnets are inverted, so the polarity will prevent you from putting it on at all. And basically the charging port just sits like that. Now it would have been nice if it was a bit tighter, but it works just fine, just like that. As long as it's on there, you're fine. You can put it on your table and let it charge and do its thing. Alright, and finally, let's take a look inside the software. So to turn it on, again, you press the upper button over here, and then the watch turns on like so. And the first thing you see is, of course, the watch face itself. So in order to change it, you can either do two things. You can either roll the dial, and then you can scroll through all the bunch of different smartwatch faces. And if you want, you can hold down and then you get this menu, and then you can swap out and choose specifically which one you would like. Now there's this really weird one right here, and yeah. But overall, there are a handful of smartwatch faces. But anyways, basically you got all the smartwatches faces, and then if you scroll down, you get the menus. You can turn off the Bluetooth, go airplane mode, see the battery life. Now there's no percentage here. See the date and time in 24-hour format, mute thing. And then if you scroll downwards, you get the menu where you can scroll through all the different options. If you scroll more, and it just keeps doing that over and over. Now when you initially open up the smartwatch here, you will get a menu design looking something like this. Now this can be navigated through the wheel here, and you can use the touchscreen to select your apps, and you can scroll through the pages just like so and get your app. But I don't like this one. I would prefer having the other one that you guys have just saw. And in order to do that, you go to the main menu UI style, and you turn it on, and you go back to the 4 apps mode, and you get this really nice, easy to read and navigate menu style. So just like that, you get 4 apps per page. You can scroll very easily through every page. Now the transition of the pages is not very smooth, but it is a $55 smartwatch that is on sale right now, and it does most of the things that you need to do on your smartwatch. So first of all, we have the dialer. In the dialer, you get to make phone calls, so you can input your phone number, make a call, and then pick up your phone to answer the phone. Then we have the messenger where you can read your text messages. Here we have the phone book where you can read your contacts, the call logs, of course. Next up, we have a shortcut to the Bluetooth function over here, so you can see all your connected devices. Over here, we have the notifications, so you can read your notifications. Here we have a QR code to help you get the app downloaded on your phone quickly. And then we have the settings. In the settings, again, we have the Bluetooth setting, we have clock, you can change the watch face. Once again here, you can change the sync and everything else like that. The next thing we have here is the sound. You can change your type of vibration or ringtone style. You can change the ringtone from 3 different ones. They all sound pretty horrible. Alright, then we have notification sounds. And number 5 is my favorite because it doesn't sound horrible. Now, in order to exit a menu, simply you can swipe to the right just like that. Next up, we have volume to change the volume levels on the different type of notifications. Moving on, we have the display. Again, we can change the menu style here. We can change the brightness. We can go really low or go really high to 5 and get a really bright screen. Now, if you're wondering how bright that screen is, right now it's at max brightness, and here it is shining into my light over here, so it does pretty well. Next we have the timeout, so you can change the timeout of the screen when it goes black. And we have international, that's for your language and whatnot. Apps is where you can download the apps from the smartphone app. Reset your device, and about with information about the smartwatch. Moving on, we have Bluetooth music. Here you can pause and play your music from the smartwatch itself. You can activate your camera from the smartwatch itself. Here you can have some voice memos. So here's a quick voice memo. Here we are recording a voice memo. Here's what it sounds like. It is pretty horrible. Yep, it's pretty horrible. Next we have themes, and in themes you can choose the different type of wallpaper for the app menu. So you have dark, you have a nice bubbly one, and you have blue with just a blue background. And then moving on, we have alarm. This you can have a standalone alarm on the watch itself, and the calendar where you can sync to your phone. A calculator, a useful calculator, which is nice. Stopwatch, also nice. And then comes up the health and lifestyle apps. Next we have the pedometer that actively monitors everything that you're doing, and you can have it stop or start, and it will automatically refresh this page here and show you how much you've walked, your kcal spent, and how many steps. And in the options you can change your history, goal, weight, and height to give you an accurate kcal spending. And next up we have the heart rate monitor, and here we have a bunch of different options in the menu. If you go ahead and press start and take a look at the back here, it's actually not doing anything until you actually put your hand near it, because it has a proximity sensor in order to activate. Then you can move back and go to sleep monitor, and here it can give you a status of how your sleep was. So as you move in sleep, it will tell you if your sleep was good or bad, and you can check your history just right here. So here it was good. Alright, and then we have sedentary, and this is where you can have it activate and let you know every now and then on to get up and move and do something other than sitting down all day, like I do. Next we have the ECG, and this is the same thing as the heart rate monitor basically, just looks different, and it also measures your heart rate and gives you a reading right over there on how your heart rate is doing. Now the graph you see here is not real. It is just an animation. The only thing you're looking for is the number right over here. So right now it is constantly measuring my heart rate, so you can use this while doing some sports. Then we have Find My Device, which is useful when you lose your phone at home or at Starbucks. You can click this button and it would send a tone on the smartphone really loud and on your smartwatch, and then you can find your phone like that. Next we have the power saving mode, so it can lower the brightness, lower the speed probably, and whatnot. Then we have File Manager, and this is where you can browse your photos and audio clips that you can have on the smartwatch itself. So, and again we have the app menu changer here. Then we have motion, where you can activate gestures. For example, when you're moving your wrist, and it will activate just like that. Again we have photos, but I have none here. And then we have this app which is called the vibrator. So you can turn that on, and you can have the watch vibrating. This guys can hear, which is weird. And then we go back and move on. And finally we are at the last menu. Here we have the clock, and it's just another shortcut. And then we have the health index, which is very interesting. You click it, and it will tell you what your health is. It will do a scan. You can click scan, and it would scan basically your whole body and everything that you've done on the smartwatch, and give you a status according to the health index that is online. So right now it's just a bunch of gibberish. I haven't put any real information here, but here's what it looks like, and it tells you what's wrong with you and whatnot, and it's pretty cool. And finally we have Siri, and basically Siri is your voice commands on your smartphone for Apple or Android. So on Android it will use Google Now. I've tested it, it works perfectly fine. With Apple, I unfortunately do not have a Siri enabled device. I only have an iPhone 4S. But I have tested it with my iPhone, and it did work, answering simple things like what time it is. Alright, so that is pretty much it. Now these smartwatches have came a long way from a different type of radiations, but now they are becoming better. They're getting IPS displays, and they are becoming faster. But this one in specific that we have here in our hands is $55. Right now it's on sale, but it is the regular type of smartwatch that we do expect. It basically connects through Bluetooth, and it does most of the activities you need to do off your phone. So you can keep your phone in your pocket most of the time other than calling, and you can have the smartwatch doing its thing. And you can have the faces change, but there aren't many faces to look at. Now the build quality is very nice. It is solid, it feels real nice. The battery life depends on how you use it. You can get about a day or two of battery life before you need to charge it. But overall, would I buy it personally? I really don't know. I would probably go for something like this, but again, this does not look too cool. This thing looks much better, and the build quality is much sturdier too. But again, it does most of the things that you want to do on a smartwatch like this. Now this is cool and all, but there's actually something way better and much better looking, and in terms of functionality, this thing has a ton of things. Now this, my friends, is a fully fledged Android system on a watch. It even has a SIM card slot, and this thing does have a ton of awesome looking smartwatch faces they can download, and this thing is constantly updated. It is a fully fledged Android system. It has Wi-Fi, it has Bluetooth, you can download apps. It is just beautiful. It has the Google Marketplace, it has Google Maps, you can download YouTube, YouTube Gaming, Mario Run, Temple Run, whatever you want. This is a full Android system, but we will be checking this guy out later in the next video for another time. But yeah guys, that's actually pretty much it for this guy. It does this thing. There are a bunch of options you can check out for smartwatches in GearBest. I'll leave links in the description if you guys are interested. And stay tuned for this bad boy right here. We'll be checking it out and installing a whole bunch of awesome looking apps. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everyone.